this video, I want to talk with you about backing up and syncing up your files. Now, I seriously believe that the one thing about productivity that many people do not understand is this. If you lose things, you actually waste time and you waste work. And the problem is that we all like to lose things, whether it's a sheet of paper, whether it's, for example, the card that gets us, 30% off in a supermarket. Then we forget perhaps to not delete our files, and we just delete them, and they're gone. And sometimes we forget to write emails and all of these things. And the one thing that I'm most passionate about when it's about productivity is just simply to save the things that I already have on my computer, and I like to do backups. And this is basically what this video is all about. And I want to give you a couple of hacks and just some advice that will help you to back up and sync up your system all the time. Now, if you want to become super productive, what you need to make sure is that you do not lose the work that you have already done. And for example, when I'm creating these video courses right here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a video, even though perhaps I make a couple of mistakes. And if I do not get this video perfectly, that is not a problem. If I really mess it up, then of course I will do it again. But most of the time, I hate to really redo it, because then I lose a lot of time. And that's also what I want you to have in your mind. I want you to develop such kind of thinking. If you cannot back up and cannot sync up the things that you're doing, and you're losing time, you're losing work all the time, then you definitely will not become as productive as a person such as me. Now, let us go to the lecture. And I just want to tell you that you have to make sure that all your files are saved all the time. You have to have some kind of backup program running all the time. Or you can put your files into a cloud and just use something such as iCloud, that basically everything that you put in iCloud will be saved in the cloud. And then afterwards, you can just access the cloud and download the files. If, for example, your computer breaks down, or for example, you just delete something out of mistake, it will all be in your cloud. Now, of course, you can also use clouds such as OwnCloud and connect them to your website or just any random website. And that will also make it very easy for you to just simply save files and keep them in one place ordered. And again, order is a very important aspect here, because the problem with order is this. When people do not have things ordered, they waste time looking for them. And wasting time looking for them is, again, a big productivity killer. So you want to be kind of organized. Of course, everyone needs a little bit of kind of creative chaos. But what I think you should do is at least the files that you have, the documents that you have, try to put them in one place, or at least, for example, in your apartment, in a region, in a place where you can be very sure that they will actually be there. For example, when I have to do all my financials for the company, I have that in one shelf. They're not really ordered, but as soon as I have to order them, I know where to go and just can put them all together. So sometimes when I have bills that I can get some money from, then I can just put them into the shelf. I'm just throwing them in there, and when I need them again, when I really have to go to the person who does my taxes, then I just get them out, put them in one folder, order them, and then I'm fine. But if they would be all like everywhere in my apartment, of course, I wouldn't get things done, and I would lose a lot of time, and I wouldn't be as productive as I am right now. So my advice to you is just simply get order into your life. Order the things that are necessary. You do not have to order everything. You do not have to order your t-shirts based on the color. You do not have to order, for example, the food based on how healthy it is. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. But what you can do is just manage your files properly and have a backup program running all the time. That could be something like iCloud, or you can also put your files into a cloud such as OwnCloud. Now, there are 4 more big kind of platforms that I can recommend you right here in order to save files, and these are definitely Dropbox, for which you can actually have, of course, a free access, and then you can also have a paid access, which enlarges your capacity that you can use in order to save files. Then we got Mega, which is by Kim.com, one of his websites. And again, I wrote here, be careful. I'm not sure how legal it is to actually use Mega, but in most cases, I think actually it should be legal, so there shouldn't be any problem with it. But just be careful. I don't want you to do anything wrong. And then, of course, we got platforms such as WeTransfer, which is also a great platform in order to save files. And then we get also 4Share. So these 4 platforms are great to save files. And if you want to save them, just use these platforms. Most of them can be accessed completely for free. You don't have to pay anything, except for WeTransfer. You really have to pay something. Check them out. I think they're going to help you. And in the end, just simply remember, be ordered, be structured, and just save your files all the time. Have a backup program running, and believe me, you're going to feel and you're going to become more productive.